Podcast. I am your host, Josh,
And I'm Joey.
and today we are going to be talking about 2022 interview, where we talk about everything from the war in Ukraine to the Kanye West controversy. First of all, let's talk about the war in Ukraine. How do you feel about everything that happened? It started around January, and it really escalated from there.
Yeah, Putin's war on Ukraine has completely backfired on him. Pretty much Zelensky is dunking on his head. He's just put him in the highlight. It's really cruel war. It's really sad to see people's lives being torn apart. Families being split apart. It's really sad, and I feel like if nobody's going to step in, I feel like Ukraine should be able to take it by themselves.
The Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, died. She was the queen since 1952. How do you feel about her importance to England?
She was really an icon for the country. When you thought of England, it straight went to the Queen. It was like Queen Elizabeth. That's like the number one person in Britain. You just knew it off the top of your head. She was a great monarch. She was a great leader. And she lasted a very long time on the throne. And I feel like her legacy is just huge. It's just been building up over the years. And I'm sad to see her die, but her legacy will still live on.
So on to some controversial topics. Kanye West has been in the headlines recently for his extremely anti-Semitic, hateful comments towards really multiple groups of people. How do you feel about his actions as of late?
I feel like he's pushing himself further away from success. He's separating himself from his fans and his people that love him, and he's just cutting off bridges. He's just burning bridges one by one, and he's already lost a few deals due to his comments and actions. So I feel like if he needs to get his act together if he wants to continue being a pop culture icon.
So on to another very controversial topic. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock out at the Oscars after Chris Rock insults his wife. Everybody kind of was picking sides for a while. How do you feel about the whole situation?
I feel like Chris Rock's comment on Will Smith's wife's hair is kind of it's very low. That's not okay. I feel like there's no room in society for that. And I don't think you should use violence to get your point across like what Will Smith did, but I feel like that Chris Rock's joke was a little bit too far. He went over the edge, and Will Smith was not very happy about that, and he slapped him in the face. And Will Smith is obviously suffering the consequences. I hope those two can make ends.
And so this year there was a pretty big collapse of Twitter. Like you saw the purchase of the company from Elon Musk, and a lot of people were like, this isn't going to end well. And he started making the verification just basically accessible to anybody. Anybody could buy it, and that caused a lot of confusion as to who was reliable and who wasn't. How do you feel about this kind of dumpster fire situation?
I feel like I can just go on to Twitter right now and pretend to be someone that I'm totally not, and that's really sad because you actually had credibility before Elon Musk bought Twitter, and you knew, hey, that person is actually who they are. And it's really frustrating, especially if you're famous. Like some random person off the street can pretend like, hey, I'm a multi-millionaire celebrity, and it is a dumpster fire indeed, Josh. It is.
Yeah, I agree. It just seems like nobody the value of being verified doesn't really mean anything anymore because anybody somebody like the president of the United States is basically in the same group as just anybody who has $8.
Yeah. You aren't. Yeah, you could just pay money and boom, you're right there. You don't have to be famous to get verified. It's just sad.
So on to our last topic of the day. The Astros win the World Series after a sort of controversial 2017 where they cheated to win. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, back in 2017, the Astros stole signs over the season by banging a trash can in the dugout to relay what pitch was coming to their hitters. And I feel like everybody was outraged against that. And now the Houston came back for redemption in 2022. Finally made it to the World Series and beat Philly in the World Series. It was a really good series, and I feel like Houston deserves it because it had a long road to go, and they finally made it, and they redeemed themselves. I know that the 2017 fiasco isn't going to go away, but they won it, and I'm proud that they came back.
Yeah, it's nice to see that they figured out how to win without cheating. They figured out how to win just using their own skill and ability.
Yeah, just like my brother in chess and stuff. He cheats in board games, but I'm glad that they set the record straight and they got their heads back into the game.
So overall, it seems like it was a very eventful 2022, and we look forward to an even more eventful 2023.
Yeah, it's going to be a great year, hopefully, and we just went over all the things that happened in 2022. I had a fun time doing this.
Thank you for listening.